Pleasant morning, children. Today we are going to start our new chapter, a busy month. A month is busy with lot of birds. Yes, this is a letter which is written by Jijubai in the year 1936. So this is the year where your grandparents were living. Yes, right. So come on, let us discuss what they have written in this letter. Dear children, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There are no clouds in the sky. The sun is burning hot. The sparrow, dove, and sunbirds have started working in pair as they prepare to make their nest. Birds, they live in nest, right? So we people live in home, right? It is made up of stone and bricks. But the nest, what it is made up of? Yes, come on, let us discuss. Some of the birds have already made their nest. In some of the nest, the eggs have hatched. So the small birds are coming out from the egg, right? The parent birds are busy feeding the chicks with different kinds of insect and other things. So it is like very busy, right? So all the birds, some birds they are preparing their nest, and some they are in search of food, and other they are feeding their young ones. So all the birds they are very busy. In our courtyard also there is a baby dove. There is another egg in the nest, but it is has not hatched yet. So here they are observing the another baby dove. It is a small dove which is hatched out from the egg. But still there is another one egg in that nest which is not hatched yet, right? Okay. On the way of Gopal Bai's house, there are many stones along the roadside. In the space between these stones, a Indian robin. This is actually a bird. Here you can able to see that this is a Indian robin. Laid its egg. Bachu boy showed it to me. I looked through the binoculars. Binoculars is an instrument used to see the distant object, which is so long, that is so far. Objects can be seen through binoculars. I saw that nest was made up of grass. So you have seen the birds, they are collecting the grasses from the garden, right? So they are using for making the nest. So they are using the grass. On top there were some soft twigs, roots, wool, hair and cotton wool. So with these things the birds they are making the nest. So Indian robin, they are using grass, soft twigs, root, wool, hair, cotton wool for preparing the nest. This is how the robin make its nest. What a soft and cozy home for its chick. So our parents will think of yourself, that is their children, and they will build a home, right? So likewise, even the birds also they are thinking about their chicks for their cozy, that is for their comfort. They are preparing all these sort of things. A crow's nest is made of all kinds of things, even piece of wire and wood. So the crow and Indian robin both are bird, but the nest, preparing of the nest, it get vary. Okay. I saw a baby bird in the robin's nest. So small cute baby it is hatched out which is present in the robin's nest. It was sitting with its beak wide open. Have you seen the small chicks which is wide open? Yes, the mouth was red from inside. You can able to see that reddish color. In a little while the robin flew to the nest and put something in chick's open beak. Many, maybe a few small insect. By then it was evening. The robin settled down with its chick. So in morning time they are moving in search of insects, that is their food, and after that, that is in the evening, They are staying along with their chick. An interesting thing, do you know about quail? It is actually a bird which sings sweetly, which is same like a crow, but it is not crow, but it is same like crow. Do you know that this bird do not know to make its own nest? So while laying egg, they lay egg in the crow's nest. And thus baby coil will be brought up along with the babies of crow. There is a small tree nearby. It has a nest hanging from its branch. Birds are so wonderfully different. The crow builds its nest high upon the tree. The dove make its nest among the thorns of the cactus plants or the mehendi hedges. The sparrow can be found and round our own house. So have you observed that birds, they will not build a nest very near to us? It is in the top of the branch, that is in the tree, or else in the thorny bushes. So this is to escape from the danger. The danger is nothing but human beings and the other animals, right? So we will um, take them out, or else we will used to play with the eggs of that birds, right? So that's why they are making their nest far away from us. Okay, it make it nest anywhere, on top of the cupboard, behind a mirror, on a ledge. Sparrow, usually they will build a nest in all these places. Pigeons also make their nest like this. Often they make the nest in the old or deserted buildings. So you can see the pigeons in the old buildings, which is get damaged buildings. In that area, if you see, you can find lot of pigeons. The barbet or coppersmith, this is actually a bird, can hear this summer with its tuk tuk call. So they usually make the sound tuk tuk. It is very enjoyable during that summer season. It makes its nest in a hole in the tree trunk. So in the tree trunk, it is making the hole, and this is their home. And next bird we are going to discuss is tailor bird. Tailor, it is quite interesting, right? So tailor, they stitch our dresses. So here the bird, they are stitching the leaves for their home. Tailor bird, it stitches the leaf together and it makes some bushes on it. On that it lay its egg. So this is their nest. Here you can able to see two leaves are get stitched and some bushes are made. So this is their nest. The sunbird make a nest that hangs from the branch of a small tree or a bush. The same evening, we saw a sunbird's nest. Can you guess what its nest is made up of? So each bird's nest is differ from the things they prepare. The nest has hair, grass, thin twig, dry leaf, cotton wool, bits of tree bark, pieces of cloth, rags, and even spider's cobweb. Yes, so using these things they will be building. So here you can able to see the sunbird's nest. How beautiful it is, right? When I looked through binoculars, I could see a chick in the nest. It was sitting near the small opening in the nest. It was waiting for its mother to bring some food. What else can do it? Just eat and sleep. So this is the bird. It is a weaver bird. This is weaving their nest. Okay, so in that male weaver bird, they will be building their, that is they will be weaving their nest, and the female, they will be looks all its nest and choose one that she likes the best and decided in which to lay her egg. How beautiful it is, right? The male, they will be building the nest, and the female, they will be select the nest and which is comfortable for it. Yes, in that nest they will be laying its egg. All the birds are busy these days. Making a nest and laying the egg is only the first step. It is difficult to raise the young ones in the nest which had been made with so much effort, because the birds have many enemies like human beings and other animals too. Crows and squirrel, cat, rat, all of them wait for a chance to steal the egg. Many times even break the nest. So it is very sad, right? So with a lot of efforts they have built a nest, but within a minute all these factors they will be destroying the nest. To keep oneself safe from danger, to find food, make a nest, hatch the egg and raise the chick safely. All these are the tests for every bird. So their daily life it is very dangerous, and still they are singing the song sweetly and with joy they are spreading their wings and flying freely in the bird. So that's why we are insisted to be like a bird. Whatever the problem comes, you just face it and fly freely. Yes, now we are going to answer all these questions. How many years ago did you write this letter? So we have told in the year 1936 he had written this letter. So calculate how many years ago he had written. Find out how old your grandfather and grandmother were at that time. So in the age of 1936, what is your grandfather and grandmother's age? Write it in the column. This letter talks about many different birds. How many these birds have you seen? So we have discussed lot of birds in this letter. And how many birds did you seen directly? Okay, so count that and write the answer. How many other birds have you seen? Which ones? So apart from these, how many birds have you seen? And list the name. Okay. Have you seen a bird's nest? Where did you see it? If you've seen a bird's nest, you write as yes and mention where if you have seen. If it is no, write no. Which is your favorite bird? Can you show your friend in the class how it flies and what sound it make? So your favorite bird. So lot of people will be the fond of birds, right? Like parrot. Yes. So you have to write your favorite bird and how it makes the sound. So that you have to imitate. Okay. And here is a guess to the bird. A crown on the head and a coin on the tail. This bird, it is having the crown on their head and coin on the tail. Can you guess that? Let us go for the other clue. So many shades of blue from top to tail. And the final clue, it is our national bird. Have you find out it? Next question. Do you know of any other bird that makes its nest in a tree trunk like a barbet does? So we have seen about that barbet which is making their nest in the trunk of the tree. Have you seen any other birds making their nest in the trunk of the tree? Lot of birds are there. Just find out. Yes, next activity, interesting activity. Observe the nest for some days and write down the following things. So here you have to be very careful. You should not go near to the nest and you should not touch the nest. Okay. The questions were, where is the nest made? So either the place they are asking, either in the plant or else in the any things, okay, or else in your home. Okay, you have to mention the place. What is the nest made of? So what are the things? Okay, you should not touch anything. You have to observe it from the long and you have to write all these answers. Is the nest ready or the bird still making it? You have to find whether the nest is completed or it is in the stage of developing. So that you have to mention. Can you recognize which bird has made the nest? So if the bird is in that nest, you can able to mention the name of the bird, right? So find out which bird built that nest. Okay. What things does the bird bring to the nest? So you have to observe what are the things they are bringing to the nest. Okay. Is there any bird sitting in the nest? So apart from that, any chicks you can able to find, that you have to mention it here. Do you think there are any eggs in the nest? So from the long distance, you have to observe that any eggs are present there or not. And the next question, can you hear any sound like chee chee from the nest? If it is yes, mention yes. No, you have to write no. If there are chicks in the nest, what do the parent bird bring for them to eat? So in the evening, we used to get the snacks from our parents, right? So likewise, the birds also getting some of the food from their parent. So what are the things they are bringing to the nest you have to observe? How many times in a hour do the birds come to the nest? So for 1 hour, how many times they are coming and going out, you have to note it out. Okay. After how many days did the chick leave the nest? So if the chick is in the nest, so after how many days they are leaving out, you have to observe all these things. So now you people are going to become a bird watcher. Yes. Yes, it is a very interesting activity. Complete it, students. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.